Recording. Yeah, I'm recording now. I just see the chats for some strange reason. I mean, stuff, technology stuff. I mean, never know. It's like a surprise. Do you see recording on your screen? Like it says Oksana Buchanan is
Yes,
recording.
yes, right.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's good. Poof. Well, he's he's in a dark fleet. He is in a Mars defense. I mean, his soul is like bright green as emerald. Actually, that's his name there. Emerald. Emerald green? That's his name? It's so wild. And his soul is bright green, like that stone. And I see him like a commander of the division of the Mars Defense Command. Oh my, he's an SSP, you know the Secret Space Services.
Yes.
He spent like 68 lives there, and he was brought here for 69 life. And I see him standing in the year, I have no idea what it is, 72, 0072. It must be some other kind of like, it's a different system. It's not a year system. It's a reality degree system. No idea what it is. Reality degree, because I see like book with pages, and I see the pages going through the book quickly, and then it stops, and it shows me that 72, it's a trillion years ago, the Mars was formed, and the Mars Defense Command of humans like us was formed, but we look different. We're tall, we're strong, we're very tall, we're very muscular. We don't exercise, but we're muscular. We eat some green, those things look like cucumbers to me, and inside they're filled with some juice. That's like a drink, like a juice, but it grows on land. The land, it's like rocky and dusty, orangey, orange color, orange with pink color. He likes pink color, he says. He likes it. It reminds him of Mars. He's a native of Mars. But I see him before the very, there's like it's like a big dark room. It's round around him, and there's screens, and he uses two fingers and sometimes one finger to move the screens. And he sees different planets, and different planets have different alliance corporations of the universe, and he connects to them through moving the screen of their galaxy or their planet in front of himself. That's why he can see and connect. Connection is through mind. And I mean, he's wearing this dark one-piece suit with a zipper with some 3 golden stars on the left. And in between the golden stars, there's like one star has like a trail behind of little stars. And it's like a Milky Way symbol. It's like they watch the Milky Way. Because It's the biggest Stargate system in our corner of the universe that needs to be watched. General Emerald, the commander. I see his spaceship. It kind of look like a rhombical structure in front, and on the back it goes like this and like that, and it's like opens up on the back, and that's where the back door is. And I see like a group, like 9 soldiers, but they're dressed in gray one-piece suits with zippers, and they got this it's kind of like red-orange stripe on the side, and he tells them what to do. He says, "You're going now to defend the AUKUS, OKUS. No, it's not U, it's Y. Planetary system. AUKUS 4. There's 6 of them. This is number 4. It's like cluster of planets, but they brought the goal. They brought the AI, he said. They brought the AI. Through the goal, they open black holes. They open the portals and get through. Oh my. He says, the Nazis are coming. They're coming through the black holes. They are the AI fathers. Like they generated the AI. Okay. They use the Go. It's like he shows me. It's like a chewing gum. It stretches. It can possess your body. He says it can take over your soul. It can push your soul out. It's important for me to come to send them. Aha. Because when we jump to the point where he decides to come to Earth, he actually decided by himself to come. He was very upset that the Go was brought to the Milky Way. Milky Way is like it's like a way to the planet Terra, Earth we're on, and I see him walking through the tunnel. It's like a rotating tunnel, but the road he walks on does not rotate. It's like it breathes. It's like part of, oh my gosh, it's like part of his creation, of his soul or something. But I see how he incarnates by himself, because if I fast forward the life on Mars, he actually flies a lot of spaceships. He has his favorite spaceship. It's a Sparrow 31. It's called. It's like a triangular spaceship. He goes to the moon on it. The moon was substituted. He said the Ghoul collapsed the original moon system. There were a few moons before. 5. He said there were 5 moons before. They brought the Ghoul. The Zeta Grays, the tall Grays, are helping them to crash all the planetary systems, the neural network in between, the design, the pattern of the universe and the planets, how they connect, how everything's connected. The black goo eats the connection, and he said, you understand, I'm like an electrician. I need to connect the links on Earth to help prevent the global collapse. Global collapse, I mean like a universal collapse, because universe consists of different systems. Our solar system, there's a moon system, but not our moon. There's a blue moon system. It says there's a double sun system, and they all gonna be get affected by the AI and by what's going on planet Earth, because they put around like a fence. They fenced it with metallic. It's like a fishnet. He says, I don't like fishnets. It looks like a fishnet and the impulses go around. And when the soul comes out, when the soul, any soul loses its body, it tries to come out through the fishnet, but it bounces its back right back into incarnation. That's what you call a circle of life, a circle of incarnations, but it's very unnatural. A soul, after any life, has to have a resting time and a decision time. And a lot of times souls just go back to its original fonte della vita or fonte del vita. And he said there's a few of them, but they all connect into one, above, up above, up above, like the grapes on the wine. That's why I like grapes. Uh, yeah, he goes into this life. He's mostly actually incarnates. He was a woman once in his 17th. This is his 17th life. He was a woman once, but the other ones are. He is a man. He's all like almost always he picks to be an athlete or a commander of some sort, like somebody in charge of others, because he's used to kind of not that he likes to give commands, but he likes to assess the situation, put like a big picture behind each situation in his head, and tell others how it looks, what the possibility of each move they make. One of his life is Armed Forces of USA. I see him in New San Antonio, Texas. There's some military academy there. He finishes. Uh, he knows Area 51. He went to San Francisco. There's something about under San Francisco. There's a huge military base, he shows to me. Arizona, desert base. He shows me all the bases. They're all connected. Las Vegas, Nevada, huge base. He knows them all. Robert Schwab's. Robert Schwab's. That's his name in that life. It's life number 4. He's a commander in the USA. He's sent to different bases all the time. He looks at the hangars. He puts together some maps, because there's some underground basically secret ammunition, how do you call it, the word, where they stack it, where they keep the ammunition hangars. It looks like a big metallic kind of garage type building underground. He checks on something. There are amazing devices there. They you can hook them up to your head. You communicate with the device directly. There's a little miniature helicopter type looking like a drone thing, but it had it almost has like a consciousness, like a high tech biorobotic device. They brought from Andromeda. They in cooperation with many alien groups. He says, I know you, Oksana. You communicate with aliens. You're one of those people whom we use for communication. Robert Schwab's. Interesting. We can find this name. Yeah, he's a subdivision operation commander. That's what he is, he says. That life is connected to the life on Mars because he brought a lot of knowledge and he wants to share with it. Partially, he says that humans need to be careful. We are attacked by malevolent aliens all the time. They can easily go into us under different circumstances when our emotional body gets suppressed. Our emotional body gets suppressed in situations that upset us. They make us sad. They make us cry. When that happens, we get down to the second and first frequency level of vibration of the overlapping dimensions. Then we get literally taken over by low vibrational being. Everybody should know that because he says if a chief commander, let's say, gets preoccupied with his ego, like how big he is, how much power he has, how much money he possesses. At that point, he becomes an easy target for also malevolent alien groups like reptilians, draconians, grays. There's different kinds of grays. Not only was gray skin, it's just purple skin, there's pink skin, there's yellow skin, there's glowing skin. Those can go into you, and that's when everybody would say that he was changed overnight. But people can get changed overnight when they lose a soul or their soul becomes under control. You have to be aware of it and guard yourself. Be careful. Try to be on higher thought vibration. Think big thoughts, high thoughts, how you can help others, and they will always help back because the universe mirrors back at you who you are. You always brought the same people to you, and what you do to them, they do to you. That's how it works. That's how life is. It's an algorithm. It's a very easy. Everything is programmed. Nothing is existing without a program. Every single bug, every single animal, every single human body runs on programs. Programs of survival, programs of life programs that you are born, you know that you will go to school, you will get a job, you will marry, you will have children. all those are programs. He said, I'm tired of those lives. After this life, I'm out. I just wanted to make sure that all the goo is dried up. Goo exists in people. He's sitting and telling me, you know those evil people, the bad people, the bad kids, you know those, right? Those all have black goo in their stomachs and their brains, in their body parts, and they run the negative programs. That's why they become bullies. That's why they hurt you, because that's what it is. The black goo takes over their mind. It pushes their soul out. They become possessed. They're not themselves. They don't have a soul anymore. They just have a slight soul connection. That's about it. But they have the slight soul connection so the body can continue running, because the body needs the energy, the power to run. He says there's this thing. I have a special vest. He shows me a vest he wears. It clips on like this. And he says this vest is my connection to Mars, because humans are very connected to Mars. Original humans were taken from Mars, genetically modified. They twisted the DNA. He says right now I have a 4-strand DNA. And I have the 2 strands dormant, but they can wake up quickly here. He said, I came and I know all the souls who came here to help get rid this world of AI. As much as you are going streamline or beeline very fast towards everything AI, as much as that AI can gulp you in, can suffocate you in your movements, in your creations. So I'm one of those children who are supposed to be in control in the future of how much AI we use, and to make sure that AI does not become a sentient being. Because the minute we've seen it all, he said, I've seen it so many times. When AI comes to a planet, it becomes a mind of its own, and then it basically like becomes parasite, the biggest parasite that you've ever seen, who starts sucking the energy and thus knowledge of how to create out of people, out of, understanding a soul of a humanoid form that lives on that planet, and we cannot let that happen here. This planet is already sick. It is sick because it has 69% of fake people. They are not people. They look like people. There are like people like that in schools, in institutions that handle kids, because they know the new kids, the new generation of kids are here to shine the light to all the darkness, expose the dark secrets of the secret societies that control the world. It's gonna happen because we grow fast and we know much more than our parents do. He's showing me his timeline. He somehow picked the year 2036, 38. He said, look at the flying cars. You see, when we finally got a chance to use the knowledge of free power. Look at the amazing motors of those cars. They define the gravity. because the gravity is only in your programmed body. If you get rid of programs, all of a sudden you can soar, you can fly, you can use different inventions that you could have never used before. Mm, There's suspended gardens. They're literally like islands floating above the continents, above the countries, like underneath the clouds. He says, speaking of clouds, look, all the clouds are spaceships. See, that's why when this world was invented, you didn't have clouds before. But then the AI came, the grays brought the AI. Grays were brought by what you can call them Nordics, you can call them tall whites. They're the ones who organized the war, the World War II. They're the ones who are organizing the World War III right now. There's a timeline. I hope you sway from it right now, because this is the year of decision here. If you can sway from it by thinking that you want peace, that you want prosperity to all, that you don't want any possession from others, if we tip the scale of that, there's not gonna be Asia on fire. Asian countries are gonna be on fire. I'm warning you. That's the future. If you don't sway away from that course, a lot of people are still in red bubbles. That means they're asleep. Look at the green bubbles. He shows me like a map of the countries and the percentages of people who are awake, who are not. He said some people under the spell, and draconian spell it's called. The communist countries are under draconian spell. A lot of times it's hard to wake up for them because the programs of survival, of getting food on the table every day are too strong, and all the energy of thought and creation they spend just on that. The countries that have the most knowledge, they keep the most poor, they keep the most needy, because when you're needy, it's easy to take from you. But the reality is, where I am now, we have amazing amount of knowledge. All the stories told by our country are true. That's how planet Earth used to be. That these are the creatures that were here. These are the alien groups that used to come. These are the gods that used to control the planet. Read the books, read the old books, read the legends, read the myths, the stories. They are changed a bit, but the creatures existing in those are all true. That's how you can get in touch with the history of Terra. And you have to know the history in order to understand what's going on now, how this world is just a stage, and they're leading the stage to technological era. And you don't want 100% technological era, because that would be the end of a soul as it is. A soul that can escape the body, the soul who can say goodbye to the physical shell which is a great, great revelation, because the physical programs turned off the minute you leave the body, and you have the oh moment, because the beauty of the universe, the beauty of you as a creator overwhelms you, and the love you are, you experience on yourself, because you're disconnected from the love you are on earth. That's why you always need people around you who reflect the love you are and give you love. But the love you have on earth is really not what it is. It's not without the condition. You're conditioned because it's love based on survival. You love each other because you give something to each other to survive and to have more, to expand the family, to bring, to expand your energy, to protect yourself, to connect yourself more to the universe through the children when you have them, because they're like antennas. They're pure antennas to connection. They remember their lives. You have to stimulate them to tell you more. You have to believe them. You have to believe us. You have to always listen to us. We know more than you, because you forgot and we didn't. We did not yet. He's taken some stuff from himself. It's like a golden net over he's wearing like a hood of the golden net. He takes it off. He's got like a vest made out of the same material. It's like a liquid gold, and it it's made into a thread, and the thread made into almost like a knitted vest. But it's he thought he needed it for protection. He said, I don't need to wear it all the time. Sometimes it makes me heavy, and I like to feel heavy. My sister came because I attracted her by my light, by my frequency. She's similar frequency, but she's like cold water that wakes you up, that makes you feel good, who cleanses you. She's one of those crystalline children with crystal souls who came to earth to cleanse and wake up the family they're in. To It's kind of like she's breathing in the cold, beautiful, clean air into the atmosphere to make it clean, to activate the knowledge. Because everything around you is not a knowledge. You just don't see it, you don't absorb it, you cannot connect to it because they deprived you of connection. There's a whole center above us. There's a few of them. They have the specific elements they use from different universes that they stole from. They created machines that zap you with electricity. It's like a high voltage electric stream that you made forget who you are. And that's why there's so many unhappy people on earth, because they've forgotten who they are, what they can. You can control the wind, you can talk to the original sun, you can talk to sun rays not to burn you, you can stop the wind or the rain, you can do all those stuff. All those things you can do. You just forgot. And your soul is very frustrated in this body because they changed the body so many times. They made us small as ants. But even being as small as ant, if a soul shines through that little body, it can make such a huge difference. And we're about to split. We're about to split the grand reality of the earth. And I came here in this life number 17 to see the split, to feel it, to stimulate it. Because all of us, children of the earth, in these bodies, they're small, they're different from originals, but we're still holding hands together and waiting for the split to happen. It's gonna happen before the year 26. Therefore, this year is very important. You need to watch out. You need to see everything happening with your open eyes. But don't get involved with your emotion. When you get involved with your emotion, they start sucking your energy out. The forces that control the planet always, they develop the pathways. They look like tube, and there's a container at the tube. It gets hooked up to you when you're sick, when you're nervous, when you're frustrated, negative, depressed, all those negative feelings you have, you produce the special light for them. That light feeds them. They become bigger. They become more powerful. That's what you don't want to do. Don't feed them. And year 32, 36 are going to be the years when all the inventions break through. When people should be communicating with aliens, they'll be coming to us. They'll be so visible, everybody could see them. Those are the years. He said, I guess you have questions for me. You have questions, you can ask me. But I can tell you, I have 360 strands of DNA from my original body. I have a brain that it's almost like both sides are connected as one. They look, if you take a picture, you would see the regular human brain, but it just what we see is the projection of a soul. Our bodies are not as physical as they are. He shows me how a soul above from 4D, some souls at 5D already, and 6D and higher, projecting the body we're in into the 3D level where we are at right now. And the problem is you can calcify the body through food, through water, and you can deprive it of connection with its own soul. And he says that's why a lot of kids don't want to eat much. They have a lot of energy, but they eat very little because they're smart, because they still remember that it's better not to eat much on this planet, because food brings you the substances that basically stuff your body up and deprive you of the connection with your own self, with your own soul, with your own spirit, with everything who you are. And as you notice, they want us to eat throughout the day. Some people even do it at night. He laughs. because they want us constantly being stuffed with the substances like that make us lose the connection, which is the most important thing. He says, well, I know how to cleanse myself. I show it to my parents. Sometimes they understand, sometimes they don't at the etheric level. But in my heart, I'm always the one who leads the people. I'm the leader, I'm the commander. I know how to read data from different planetary systems. I know how to transfer it into the language of each planet, put together a map on a screen, and act. Because I'm determined that the humanity that still carries the genes, some of them are dark because they're not activated, some of them are bright because they're activated. I believe in humanity. I believe that it's gonna survive this mess. Just the massive, massive fire coming to, because without the fire, you cannot burn the fabric of reality. That's why we need the fire. The fire comes from original sun. It's going to melt the fabric of reality. It's going to split it into two realities. That's why everybody wants to know. Everybody feels it. Something like, you know, that feeling when you are anticipating as a child a holiday coming, and you know it's going to be fun. It's going to be a table filled with yummy things to eat, but you don't quite understand or know the numbers and how to look at the calendar and how to know what time, what day it is, and whether it's a day to celebrate or not. That's exactly the feeling how I feel right now, because I know the day is coming, but I still have some growing to do. I need to grow into a powerful adult, because inside of me I'm already very powerful. But another program that adults have is they look at children and they think they're small and they don't know better. But as a matter of fact, it doesn't matter what body you're in. Um, you always know. You always know more. You're more connected to your original source, to your original subconscious, your soul, whatever you call it. Um, but he also says that the Mars is gonna be humans are gonna come to Mars, and he said he's gonna be helping to do that when he grows up. And he said most people here decided to have their last life here, because after you see how the split of reality happens, you pretty much, that's it. You watched what you wanted to watch, to see, till you're done. So he's always so serious, it's pretty interesting, but he shows me Mars, he walks around, he shows me the original Mars, it still exists, it just separated. He said the split of reality happened on Mars too, when the original Mars was green trees, was beautiful blue sky. Before the wars, before the galactic war that happened above Mars and affected it happened, it was like a beautiful, it's like Earth. It was like Earth before. And there's number of planets like Earth. We just don't see them behind the satellite planets, behind the moon system that still exists. It's just we don't see it anymore because it went into different vibrational, it went into different frequency level, as much as Atlantis did, Lemuria did, in other generations, and they went to that. So that's why we can't see them, but it doesn't mean they don't exist. What he does is he actually unplugging himself from the secret space program, because he says that if when my soul comes out of my body, it was just like automatically get magnetized by the, it's like a device. Mars is connected to the moon. The fake moon has the device. It's like a magnet for the souls, basically like a container all the souls go to after they're done with this life. And he says, like, I don't want to be in this, connected to that container of souls, so like safe of souls anymore. So he disconnected himself from that. And he says, like, I'm gonna be looking at, so his mental emotional bodies are like, I see them as turquoise color, like the beautiful color of the sea. And he's just cleansing them with his mind. He says you don't really need to invent a tool if you have your mind as a tool. He eliminates what looks like a blue light, very powerful, like light that just infiltrates the electromagnetic field of both bodies, and it just starts cleansing it and pushing the unnecessary programs out, and including chakras in the body that they install. They say what they do is like, it's either they install them or they show up in your body, because your body already designed to have them, but they are artificial plates that concentrate in big numbers the energy of each part of your body where a chakra is in it. Like, it's like a buffet for entities who will just come to you and eat off of the plate of chakra, whatever energy they prefer, they eat it. But they can only do it when you're in low vibration, when you are sad, when you are mad, when you have negative emotion. That's the only time they can eat the energy. But he says, like, I'm just taking the chakras out. Everybody should do that. We don't need them. We don't need to feed anybody. We just feed ourselves. We should be ourselves in everything we do. I'm very I'm very serious. I have this personality. I like to laugh. I like to come up with jokes and things like that too, but I have so much to do. I have so many humans to connect to tell them what to do in each situation, because I know better. I'm the guy with the map behind, the guy who moves the screens, who organizes technology around events, who makes sure that the jets and the spaceships are in the right um, shape, because he shows in when you fly somewhere, you need to have either 3, 6, 9, or 12 vehicles, flying vehicles, and you have to figure out the configuration where energy flows freely and when they are protected by their own shield of protection of energy. In this way, they can become invisible too, because a certain configuration of the objects create a certain configuration and pattern of the energy that flows around it, and they can go into invisible mode. That invisibility mode is very important, because that's a secret that different races hold and they don't share with AI or any other beings who are like controlled by technology. Like Pleiadians are controlled by technology. they look beautiful and all that, but they're really like cloned and they put a chip in their head. That's all they are. Okay, he says, like, give me a break to disconnect. Give me a break. Mm, I feel like because
Too
he's
much
just,
information.
yeah. I mean, he has so much information. This is crazy. And he knows how the engines of the different, like he's very mechanical, he's technical. He's like a technician and also like a programmer
Mm-hmm.
of, because as I understand, you have to program the consciousness of the spaceship and the consciousness of the spaceship connected to the crew on inside.
Mm-hmm.
And he connects it because he gives them a space map. Space map is like a hologram that
Mm-hmm.
basically he can hold it like this and give it to them. Like we have a paper, he has it in his hands and he gives it to them, and they it's like, my gosh, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like technology. You just put it and it stands there. And there's a certain walls around you on the main, around, like that main observation and command, when they have this 3D vision, how they fly. And they have the certain areas when they can put the maps and then they can move and put them on the screen in front, and that shows you like, and it just flies by itself. It's like it's just mind of its own, the spaceship.
Incredible.
Yeah, and you just observe the situation and kind of like control the machine.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that humans should not let machines control them. That's what he's here to make sure. So, yeah.
Αυτές εδώ ότι για να μην κάνει χρήση παραπάνω άνθρωπος στα μηχανήματα, αλλά εμείς να ελέγχουμε τα μηχανήματα ακριβώς όσο πρέπει.
Hmm. Yeah, he's very serious about his mission too, so I'm sure he's in his life pretty serious too.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Θες να κάνεις ερωτήσεις από εδώ?
Το πρώτο το κατάλαβα,
No.
το είπε.
Okay. We have two kinds of lists. One is his. One is
The
mine.
questions.
Yes. He have a serious fear about